Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry that my hair's a little messy. I'm just waking up right now, so I'm returning to you for a album review for another new album review that came out yesterday on March 31st. So it is the beginning of the second quarter of 2023. So this is for Nothing Nowhere's new album, Void Eternal, that I never thought I was going to review, but I got a chance to check it out and I got some things to talk about with this review. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for Nothing Nowhere's new album, Void Eternal, I meant to say, and let you know my thoughts on this album review. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with the first track, Anxiety, and off the bat, I really like this track. Pretty good start to the album, and I could feel the emotion in Nothing Nowhere's vocals. I'm really surprised with how he's singing it. I think his name's Joseph, if I remember correctly. I'm not used to his music because I know he does alternative rock, rap rock, and hip hop along with the mix and all that. So it's pretty interesting the combination he goes with this. But there are a few critiques I have with this album, but Anxiety is getting a 5 out of 5. I really like this song. The message behind it's pretty interesting, meaning it you can feel for this song. Tragedy featuring Will Ramos from Lorna Shore. Pretty amazing stuff in my opinion. Um Nothing Nowhere does a lot of clean vocals throughout most of this album, but he has some moments where he does some rapping, and there are times where it can be good and times where it can be cringy, in my opinion. But with this song, really enjoyed this, so 5 out of 5. Psychiatry featuring C Space Cowboy was a solid track. Wouldn't call it my favorite one, but it's good in its own way, so 4.5 out of 5. I think it just sounds like I don't know, with what I was listening to, it just felt like it sounded like a Linkin Park ripoff with the melody. But I know they were trying something different with this, or Nothing Nowhere was trying something different with this, but I don't know if it was something I was feeling for, in my opinion. So sorry about the ding, that's my phone or whatever. 4.5 out of 5 for Psychiatry. Chroma Killer, I think, is the next song. And yeah, this one's another solid one. I think there's certain moments where I like it and certain moments where I'm not sure if I like it, but I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 for this one. Suicide Pact is a pretty good song in my opinion. There's a lot of emotion with the lyrics with this song and how Nothing Nowhere, also known as Joseph, is singing it. Really digging this song, so 5 out of 5. Thirst for Violence featuring Freddie Dredd and Silverstein. Not my personal favorite song. I think it's decent with certain moments in the track, but the problem with the song is how Joseph is rapping this track, and Freddie Dredd is just not my favorite featured artist for this song, so I wasn't connecting with this one too much. I think Silverstein was doing great with this track, but the problem with it is the mixing, so 4 out of 5. Cyanide featuring Pete Wentz. Pretty good song in my opinion, even though Pete Wentz wasn't doing much. I think he's like a bassist in this track, but for what it went for, I think it did alright, or something like that, so 5 out of 5. Eraser is a pretty strong track, in my opinion. Really like the lyrics to this song, and like how Joseph is singing the track, also known as Nothing Nowhere. Um, Pretty much connecting with this track, so 5 out of 5. Then comes Fortune Teller featuring Static Dress. Pretty good song. In my opinion, this is where the album starts to get a lot better towards the end of it. So 5 out of 5 for this one. I really connected with this track. Misery Syndrome featuring Buddy Nielsen is a pretty strong single, or song I meant to say. Really enjoyed how Buddy Nielsen's screaming in this track, and Nothing Nowhere's doing pretty good with his vocals, so really connecting with this one, so 5 out of 5. Then comes probably my all-time favorite song for this album, Venom featuring Underoath. Really enjoyed this track. I like the lyrics to it. guess it's about a toxic relationship that ended, or someone that's toxic to him that he's talking about in this song. Joseph is, and I'm really connecting with the lyrics. I really like the lyrics, and I like how Spencer Chamberlain and Aaron Gillespie are singing in the track, and Spencer Chamberlain's doing his normal screams, and it works with this track. So 5 out of 5. Then comes the final track, Memory Fracture, the closing track, and it did pretty good in my opinion. So really connected with the lyrics. The emotion with the melody is what really grabbed my attention. So pretty much a dark album, I can tell you that. Filled with a lot of emotions that you're gonna feel with this album. So 5 out of 5 for Memory Fracture. Overall production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Nothing Nowhere's new album, Void Eternal, is a good album in its own way. I was really surprised, but I think Thirst for Violence was my very least favorite off this album. It just didn't connect with me in a way where I was gonna like it. I think Silverstein did a good job, but Nothing Nowhere, also known as Joseph and Freddie Dredd, just didn't bring a lot to the table with this song, in my personal opinion. So, if I were to give this album an overall score, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for Nothing Nowhere's Void Eternal album. It's a good album in its own way, just has a few weak songs, but other than that, really enjoyed the emotion through this album. I could really feel for it. It is a pretty dark album, filled with a lot of emotions with the lyrical content, but it works with certain songs. So 8 out of 10 for Nothing Nowhere Void Eternal album. Thanks for watching.